And here it is. Yes, indeed. Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to more. Yes, indeed, we are doing it again. That thing that we do around about this time. It's been done exactly right now. So be here now and let's participate for however long the session lasts. All matters Nigeria related. You know how it goes. It's going to be a wild roller coaster ride. So do the usual protocols and settle in. To attention, one man.
Anthem, Mr. Albert Congo raises the flag of the new nation.
So that was a right so compatriot and all that. For me, that is the better version. That still subsists for me as the anthem of the country. So that subsists for me as the anthem of the country. Sorry, I'm just trying to. There's something I'm trying to line up. Let's just see if it actually comes true. Just bear with me one moment. Oh, okay. Okay, so there it. Oh goodness me. Oh, all right, that might not work. So let me just give you the menu that I do have. Lagos Socialite who distributed petrol as souvenir, sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, gets fined. So, or gets fine option. So, it's a 2 year imprisonment or fine option. So, a lot of you, of course, would have been tracking that space. That lady that you know that trinket that those trinkets that they hand out usually at all of these Owambe do. So she decided to substitute those plastic trinkets for something a bit more useful, which was petrol. So she put petrol in cans and handed it out as souvenir at her event. This, of course, flouted health and safety according to the government, who subsequently weighed upon her. So it looks as though the verdict has come in for the lady. Lagos socialite who distributed petrol as souvenir, sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, gets fine option. So there it is. There. So we find out just how that played out. So that's a conclusion to that space. Hopefully, 2023. Don't vote for old men. Saraki tells Nigerians, claims Southwest origin. So a Yoruba man now is who this Fulani man is now having us believe he is. So this is the space. Now, because of course you know that the whole pressure within the Nigerian space is for power to transit to the southern region. And to that space now he attacks because he's wanting to persuade you that he straddles two different ethnicity. So this is now where he's weighing now. Don't vote for old men. Saraki tells Nigerians, claims Southwest origin. So Saraki, a Yoruba man, but where is his Idile is the question. So he will explain that, of course, with some convoluted abracadabra. So convoluted abracadabra sees in exactly where we are now. APC convention, other APC convention, other chairmanship candidates finally stepped down for Buhari's choice Adamu. So there it is. That's no secret at all. There are all the anticipations that that will be the case, and it looks as though it has now played out exactly how people thought it would. But at what price democracy, and are we calling that democracy? So that's that on the menu as well, and this on the menu as well how Ogun Governor Dapo Abiodun was jailed for again. How let me just because that's flicking off the screen somewhat. So let me just bring it fully onto the screen. How Ogun Governor Dapo Abiodun was jailed for credit card fraud in Florida, United States. So there it is. So that is the menu. We might well add a little bit just in the course of the session. We'll see how it goes. I'm just trying to. Okay, I can actually do that off screen. So that has been that is the menu. That is the diet. So the usual protocols, as I said, click on the hyperlink if you want to come join live on screen. Click on the like button, of course. Click on the subscribe as well. So if you want to appear like all of the talking voices that you hear all of the time, all they did was to click on the hyperlink, and that is how they appeared on your screen. So I always describe it as an open microphone session. So all the traditional names that you hear from, they are not on a panel, or I don't email them to say come and appear or anything. I literally just put the hyperlink up and they click on it. That is all. So there's no reserved space for anybody. There's no preferred or not preferred. If you click on the hyperlink and you come in, the first 10 that clicks on that hyperlink is what are the people that will appear on your screen, or the first 9, I being the 10th person. So that's just how it works. It is literally an open microphone session, and just click on the hyperlink if you want to participate. That is all that is required. So that is all that is required. So a lot of clickings for you to do. The mandatory click is the subscribe and like button, so that you have no option. So make sure you click those immediately and right now. So you click on the subscribe and you click on the like, and then the hyperlink that says StreamYard, that is optional if you want to appear on the screens to discuss matters arising. Then you click on that. So do the clickings as I provide a musical backdrop to that. We go to the care guides.
Only water, water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water.
Only water, where they see ma.
Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Ilé ṣódìyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Bọ́bí màsítà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Chifu Fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dòde.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dòde.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ pàtì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dòde.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Ilé ṣódìyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Bọ́bí màsítà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Chifu Fáìlà tí kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mù rẹ o.
Oro kẹ̀kẹ́.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dòde.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dòde.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ pàtì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Petrol sọ́nàmẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Petrol ṣódùkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o.
Ìgbàlà tí ẹlẹ́.
Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wà gbéṣe o. Àrùnkárùn kò ní.
And there you heard it. Àkùkọ ọ̀run méìkọ ìgbàlà tí ele. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe ìgbàlà tí ele. So ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe, I often explain, may death have nothing to do with us. That is the first and most important prayer. Everything can succeed that, but first, may death not have anything to do with us. So, Iku Koniriwa Gweshe, as guys, I bring you this. Erelu Okin, Lagos socialite jailed 2 years for sharing petrol as souvenir. So there it is. That's the verdict on that lady. A Lagos State Special Offences Court sitting in Oshodi has sentenced socialite Chidinma Ogbulu to 2 years in prison for sharing petrol as souvenir during a party. Chief Magistrate Kehinde Ogundare convicted and sentenced the socialite following her guilty plea on Thursday and evidence by prosecution. Mr. Ogundare held that prosecution proved its case against the socialite beyond any reasonable doubt, says a statement from the Lagos State Ministry of Justice on Friday. The socialite was first arraigned on March the 14th for distributing petrol as souvenir during her installation party on March the 5th at the Havila Event Center in Lagos State. She pleaded not guilty then, but changed her plea to guilty on Thursday when the case came up for hearing. Mr. Ogundare sentenced the socialite to 3 months imprisonment or fine of 15,000 naira on count 1 to 3, and 1 year imprisonment or 500,000 naira fine on the second count. So the first fine was on count 1 of the 3, and then on count 2 to so let me just actually I'm going to take the entirety of that again. I just didn't like the flow of it. A Lagos State Special Offences Court sitting in Oshodi has sentenced socialite Chidinma Ogbulu to 2 years in prison for sharing petrol as souvenir during a party. Chief Magistrate Kehinde Ogundare convicted and sentenced the socialite following her guilty plea on Thursday and evidence by prosecution. Mr. Ogundare held that prosecution proved Mr. Ogundare held that prosecution proved its case beyond reasonable doubt, says a statement from Lagos State Ministry of Justice on Friday. The socialite was first arraigned on March the 14th for distributing petrol as souvenir during her installation party on March the 8th at the Havila Event Center in Lagos State. She pleaded not guilty then but changed her plea to guilty on Thursday when the case came up for hearing. Mr. Ogundare sentenced the socialite to 3 months imprisonment or fine of 15,000 naira, fine on count 1 of 3, count charge, and 1 year imprisonment or 500,000 naira fine are the second count. The magistrate sentenced the socialite to 1 year imprisonment or 500,000 naira fine on the third count. The socialite was said to have violated section 251(1), etc., etc., of the Criminal Law of Lagos State and section 197 of the Environmental Management Protection Law of the state 2017. So the upshot of it, she's been fined essentially 1,015,000, for distributing the petrol, which I probably concur. So the fine or imprisonment. So if she's a socialite, as they're stating that she is, then paying the fine of 1 million naira should not be too much of a burden. So that is that. Short, open and short. She pleaded not guilty, but then when I think she pleaded not guilty first to battle it out, but when they realized in the course of our lawyer's interaction with the case that the penalty was going to be just a reasonable fine within her affordability, she just decided to do that, to plead guilty and have it over and done with. I don't know that for a fact, but that's just my interpretation of what happened there. Kidnappers collect beer cigarette noodles to release victim in Ekiti. So here it is. This is what it has come to in Nigeria. Kidnappers collect beer, cigarettes, noodles to release victim in Ekiti. So Ekiti people, they have and their weird ways. They are funny people in Ekiti, and they don't get funnier. They don't get less funny by the day. The abductors of a middle-aged man identified as Idowu in Ekiti State have released him after reported payment of a ransom of 750,000 naira plus beer, cigarettes, and noodles by his family. The victim was on Monday ambushed and kidnapped in Ikole Ijesha Isu Road in Ikole local government area at 6:30 p.m. whilst traveling in his car. Correspondents gathered that the victim, the manager of one of the relaxation centers in the council area, was released in the early hours of Friday in a bush close to the area. According to a source close to the victim, the kidnappers had called the family and demanded for 2 million naira ransom before it was reduced to 750,000. The source added that aside from the 750,000 naira, the gunmen also received from the family cans of beer, noodles, cigarettes, soft drinks, and other items. They initially demanded 2 million naira from the family, but after serious pleading, they agreed on 750,000 naira, which the family paid. They collected other materials like beer, cigarettes, soft drinks, and noodles before our man was released today, Friday. We want the government to do something about the increasing case of kidnapping in this area, the source said. When contacted, the state police public relations officer, Sunday Abutu, confirmed the release of the victim but denied knowledge of ransom paid by the family. The PPRO claimed that the victim regained his freedom. Okay, so this is what they usually say. That's what made me chuckle. The PPRO claimed the victim regained his freedom due to the effort of a combined team of police, vigilante, and Amotekun Corps personnel in the state. So that is now what our kidnapping has gone to now. They are kidnapping for bread. This is the thing. And dodo. So bread and dodo is the next call, or just go and cook soup and go and cook soup and bring it and we'll release your son or daughter. This is what kidnapping, this is poverty kidnapping. This is what you're hearing. 2023, don't vote for old men. Saraki tells Nigerians, claims Southwest origin. Former Senate President Bukola Saraki has advised Nigerians not to elect an elderly person as their president in 2023. Saraki said it would not augur well if Nigerians elected another elderly person that cannot really move in the next year's general election. According to him, the nation needs a young leader who is capable and competent. Correspondents report that Saraki spoke through his representatives who were at the Secretariat of the People's Democratic Party in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, ahead of the PDP primary elections slated for May the 28th. The five-man team led by Prince Olaturu uh, Olagbegi. So the ahead of the PDP primary elections slated for May the 28th, the five-man team led by Prince Olateru Olagbegi had met with delegates and leaders of the party in Ogun, including a governorship aspirant, Ladi Adebutu, and the state chairman, Sikiru Ogundele. Olagbegi emphasized that Saraki, who is yet to clock 60, is a better candidate for the 2023 presidential election instead of the elders in the race. Correspondents report that 79-year-old President Buhari will complete his second term on May the 29th, 2023. Amongst the major contenders for the number one seat are 75-year-old former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and National Leader of the All Progressive Congress APC Bola Tinubu, who will be 70 on Tuesday, March the 29th. Whilst saying he holds nothing against old people, Olagbegi said that the nation needs a leader that can be available anywhere across the nation to supervise projects for proper execution. Bukola is just 59. This is someone anybody can relate with. We need a president that will be able to move around the nation to supervise projects for proper execution. We do not want a president that will be a lord over us, not the one that will be geriatric. I don't have anything against elderly people, but there are times for things. Look at the Westerners and who are the ones governing them. Bill Clinton, George Bush Jr., and Barack Obama all became president when they were in their 40s. Go to France and the UK. All of them have young and vibrant leaders. So people do talk about. So I was going to say he did mention Joe Biden, but that's why I paused. But he did mention him. People do talk of Joe Biden, but we are not going to compare Nigeria with America when it comes to processes and systems in place. The Americans have their systems in place, so it is not a big deal if they have an elderly person like Joe Biden as president. In Nigeria, if we make a mistake and choose another elderly person that cannot really move, then only God can help us, he stated. Speaking on zoning, Olagbegi maintains that Saraki can equally claim to be a southerner because his mother was a priest. Speaking about zoning, Olagbegi maintains that Saraki can equally claim to be a southerner because his mother was a princess of Igbo in Ondo State. Talking about zoning, Bukola Saraki's mother was from Igbo. She is a princess in the palace. Are you going to tell me Bukola is not from the south? He asked. He, however, posited that choosing the man who would solve Nigeria's problems should not be based on zoning, ethnicity, or religion. In their separate remarks, Ade Butu and Ogundele noted that Saraki played a key role in resolving the internal crisis which almost tore Ogun PDP apart. Saraki has done well for us in Ogun State as he was instrumental to the unity of the party after long and protracted crisis, Ogundele said. So Saraki, now a Yoruba man, is the upshot of that, and there it is right there. APC convention. Other chairmanship candidates finally stepped down for Buhari's choice, Adamu. Sources. Following persuasions and negotiations by governors and other leaders of the all of following persuasions and negotiations by governors and other leaders of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, the six other aspirants for the office of the national chairman have agreed to step down for Abdullahi Abdamu. The meeting was held till the early hours of Saturday, correspondents learned, with the aspirants eventually agreeing to support Mr. Adamu. However, as of 8 a.m. on Saturday, a formal announcement of the agreement has yet to be made, and some of the delegates who support other aspirants apart from Mr. Adamu say they are unaware that their candidates have stepped down. Apart from Mr. Adamu, other six aspirants for the position of national chairman are ex-Nasarawa governor Tanko Al-Makaru, our ex-Benue governor George Akume, ex-Zamfara governor Abdulaziz Yari, Kwara politician Saliu Mustafa, Nasarawa senator Sani Musa, and Mohammed Etsu. Correspondents reported how the aspirants were initially adamant about stepping down, insisting on taking part in the election at Eagle Square, Abuja. At their earlier meeting held Friday evening, the other six aspirants had insisted on taking part in the election. However, that changed with the late night meetings held. So I think you all know what we're talking about here, don't you? I think you all do. President Buhari had on Wednesday met with seven of the aspirants for the party's top job and informed them of his decision to support Mr. Adamu, a serving senator and former governor of Nasarawa. In his push for consensus candidates ahead of the convention, Mr. Buhari ordered APC governors to refund money to any of the aspirants willing to step down for consensus candidates. Each of the chairmanship aspirants paid 20 million for expression of interest and nomination forms. The aspirants, however, did not have the chance to dialogue with the president as he left immediately after he informed them of his choice. Of his choice. Close sources to two of the chairmanship aspirants who were at the venue of the meeting late in the night said it took the intervention of governors to persuade the six other aspirants to withdraw from the race. The governors who spearheaded the meeting were Kaduna State Governor Nasir El Rufai and his Lagos and Ekiti State counterparts Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Kayode Fayemi respectively. One source at the meeting also said each of the aspirants was asked to put his withdrawal in writing. The pressure was too much. You know what it means when the president has taken a stand, one of the sources said. Another source who witnessed some of the meetings said the Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami also played a key role in persuading the aspirants to step down. One delegate from Nasarawa State, who is a supporter of Mr. Al Makura, confirmed that he is aware the former governor has stepped down from the race. The majority of the delegates from Nasarawa, who were lodged in a hotel in Wuse area of Abuja, had planned to vote for Mr. Al Makura, correspondent learned. However, However, a delegate from Kwara and key supporter of Mr. Mustafa said they had yet to be told that they would have to vote for Mr. Adamu based on the consensus arrangement. Another delegate and supporter of Mr. Yari from Zamfara expressed a similar position on Saturday morning, indicating the outcome of the late night meetings had yet to be made known to many delegates about an hour before the start of the convention. Some of the delegates spoken to said they are still expecting the unity list the party promised to produce for all the positions. So there it is. That is what's transpired. Oh, there's still a bit more to go. The chairman of the media subcommittee of the convention and Nasarawa State Governor, Abdullahi Sule, on Friday said a unity list will be made available to delegates at the convention venue. However, correspondents learned that as of Saturday morning, some of the zones had yet to reach an agreement on positions allocated to them. Some of the positions that have yet to be decided are the Deputy National Chairman North, National Youth Leader, and National Organizing Secretary. The convention is expected to start at about 10 a.m. today. So there it is, right there. It continues to implode within the APC space. So this is now the last readout. How OGUN Governor Dapo Abiodun was jailed for credit card fraud in Florida, United States of America. Correspondence has exclusively obtained the criminal record of how Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun was jailed in 1986 for credit card fraud in Miami-Dade Florida, United States of America. The governor was said to have used a pseudonym with the aim of concealing his criminal identity. The record revealed that Dapo Abiodun was jailed for committing criminal offenses which bordered on credit card fraud, petty theft, and check forgery. He was arrested on November the 7th, 1986 for fighting and injuring a police officer in an attempt to resist arrest. Whilst being processed at the station, his fingerprint was run through the criminal database and it was discovered that Adedapo Oluseun Abiodun being processed for detention was the same as Sean Michael Davids. His criminal record and history were thus cemented and he was jailed. According to documents obtained by correspondents, Abiodun's jail number was, and then it goes on to give the number. In 2015, whilst contesting for the Ogun State East senatorial seat against the late Buriji Kasamu of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), he applied for the redaction of his criminal record in Miami, Florida. The act of concealment meant he could not lie on his independent national electoral form that he had no prior criminal records, a perjury offense that could have disqualified him from ever holding an appointive or elective office in Nigeria. The redaction was granted on August 2015. The redaction application details are below. So it goes on to give us the redaction application detail. It was processed by Harvey whoever, the Miami City Clerk of Court. A source who spoke with correspondents said they had in 2021 engaged the services of a U.S. criminal attorney through whom they made an application to get the unredacted document and the request was granted. According to the unredacted document, the nolle prosecute are indicated in the criminal records was a decision of the police and the district attorney not to proceed to trial in exchange for Dapo's cooperation to name his accomplices. Abiodun's criminal past has made him ineligible to hold public office in line with the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. A group under the aegis of Coalition of Ogun State Students, in a letter dated March the 17th, 2022, signed by its convener, Comrade Oladimeji Uthman, has, however, given the governor 2 weeks to respond to the allegations against him as contained in the document or face legal actions. The letter reads in part, since your administration had previously responded to less important issues in the past, you must, as a matter of urgency, respond to the allegations above because your silence would be too inadequate to make this go away anytime soon. Secondly, Your Excellency, we have now become objects of ridicule amongst fellow young adults across the country due to the widespread cases of ritual killings, financial crimes, and online fees, aka Yahoo Yahoo, in Ogun State. So, as the chief executive of Ogun State, under whose administration these crimes are rife, where is the moral authority you would have some as the chief executive officer of Ogun State, under whose administration these crimes are rife, where is the moral authority you would summon if you ordered the prosecution of anyone engaged in criminal activities mentioned above, if you choose to remain silent about an equally damning allegation of credit card fraud, Yahoo Yahoo, Yahoo Yahoo of the 1980s made against your person? Finally, Your Excellency, following the documents received from Adafia herewithheld, we contacted the Metropolitan Police Department in Miami County, Florida. And we wish to inform you that several documents much more damning than the ones released by Adelphia detailing your criminal past were released to us. Therefore, if Section 182, subsections D, E, J, section blah 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 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended are to be considered, coupled with relevant sections of the Electoral Act and section 117, 120, 125A of the Criminal Code Act, we infer that you are not qualified to hold public office in Nigeria. The group also asked the State House of Assembly to investigate the governor's past and take appropriate legislative action. Meanwhile, when correspondents contacted the chief press secretary to the governor, Kunle Somoni, for reaction on the documents, the governor's aide neither answered the calls nor replied to a text message sent to him. Abiodun's aide also charged in the United States for fraud. It will be recalled that the governor had, in May 2021, suspended his aide, Abidemi Rafiu, who was arrested in the United States for an alleged $350,000 C-19 unemployment fraud. Rafiu was arrested at the John F. Kennedy International Airport in New York based on criminal complaints. He was subsequently charged with defrauding the Washington State Employment Social Depart Social. He was subsequently charged with defrauding the Washington State Employment Security Department of over $350,000. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, District of Washington, 42-year-old Rafiu was alleged to have used the pseudonym Sandy Tang and the stolen identities of more than 100 Washington residents to file fraudulent claims with Employment Security Department for unemployment benefits last year during the C-19 pandemic. The governor was also indicted in the investigation of the Global International Consortium of Investigation led Pandora Papers project. The investigation showed that the governor was the ultimate beneficial owner of companies incorporated in the British Virgin Islands and that he failed to declare the companies and whatever assets they hold in his asset declaration filings with the Code of Conduct Bureau. So there it is right there. Another fraudster governor. Who would have thought? And there it is. So Adale Koko, I see you, and Solly, I see you. So good to have you both, gentlemen. And please, everybody and anybody that is listening, please make sure you are subscribed and thumbed up because we are trying to really aggressively push the platform. So let me take a gulp of water because I'm struggling to speak. But let us hear Solly speak instead as I reach for the water. So Solly, are you there? Solomon. I look at this guy. It's probably smoked Igbo again. So Ajale Koko, are you there?
Yeah, woman.
So look at this guy now. He does this all day. He will turn up and fall asleep on the platform. Yes. You're only young one, so you must enjoy it. So to you then, this Dakwa Abiodun open and short case. So fraudster. Complete the Constitution is clear on it. There's no ambiguity. If you have a criminal record, you cannot hold public office. And being a convicted and jailed for credit card fraud is what is known as a criminal record. So how do you think it's going to wriggle out of this, the governor of Ogun State?
Well, this is not the first case. We had that of Bajabi Amila.
Yes.
Nothing happened to him. He's still there. Instead of him being removed, is the number third. Is holding the number third most powerful position in Nigeria. We had
Baba, correct?
I said we also have Kashamu, the guy who
Yeah,
died.
the guy who
Okay.
died. And funnily enough, they were battling for a position, him and Kashamo, for a senatorial seat. So fraudster for fraudster. I think Ogun State
Even
is actually known for
the same governor. Is it not the aide that was jailed in the US
yes, no,
recently?
we read that as well. Rafael something that was doing credit.
Yeah,
It was doing social security fraud.
he's a Lagos boy too.
So
Okay, so he's been doing with the governor then.
It's a funny thing. The constitution is clear, so I don't even know how we can spend one additional day with the. I mean, we're talking about American evidence, so not. So you cannot. You are talking about American evidence, so it's gold standard. It's open and short now. Using fake name, they caught him with
Are
this.
you sure it's good standard? If it's good standard, Abakari should has been extradited since.
No, no, no,
This
no. But
government.
but no. The conviction in America, you cannot say it's either
Oh,
politically
there. Oh, yeah, I see
motivated,
what you mean. Yeah,
or it is
definitely.
fake, or
Yeah.
it is any of the excuses, your escape
Mm,
excuses in Nigeria. You cannot apply it to
true.
America because they have no business with you. It's just you committed the crime. They have the proof. They present it to court, who interrogates it rigorously, and then they find you wanting, and then they jailed you. So,
Mm,
and the
I see what you
constitution is
mean. Yeah.
clear that anybody with a criminal record cannot hold public office. So he should
Yes.
step down immediately. Immediately.
one man,
Hmm.
like I was saying,
Hmm.
is not the first case. But Jamia Miller, the number third position.
Eh,
Number
eh,
third.
you know
Number
that was you know what he did. He was a lawyer. He collected clients' money, because their clients they funnel their money, and he just ran away with it to Nigeria. My God,
so,
man! Yeah, yeah.
so,
And you are saying all Nigerians are not criminals. Who was I saying that?
yeah,
The
we will
governor
stone you. We will stone you. Don't call
eh,
us Nigerian
ah,
criminal. We will throw stone at you. Be careful.
that's
So,
what they see us. Why are you surprised that they see us as criminals internationally? They convict you
One
for a
man,
crime
are
in
you a
a
criminal? Are you a criminal yourself? One man.
well, is everybody not a criminal? They
when
convict you for fraud in America and they make
when
you a governor in Nigeria. You know,
when Thomas said it the other day here
Eh,
that every Nigerian have a criminal tendency, everybody wanted to kill that guy here.
you see, but that's the thing,
So,
though.
so but Jamia Miller did it. Nothing happened to him. Instead of him to be taken out, he became the number third most powerful Nigerian. I mean, number third most powerful position in Nigeria. We had the case of Sanwo-Olu as well. We had the case of
Ajalogogo, you know why he became that? You know why they gave him that position? Do you know why?
why?
Because they put him there to do the bidding of some persons in Lagos.
Okay. So we had the case of Bola Tinubu as well. We know the position that Bola Tinubu occupy in the politics of Nigeria today. One of the most powerful politicians. So all these people, their record are out there, but Nigeria is a country that does not have we don't have a transparent
vetting system. Yeah.
we don't have a transparent and effective running institution. So
We're just kidding ourselves in that country, aren't we? Really, we're just kidding. We are not. Who are we kidding in that country? You have
really,
criminals in government from top to bottom.
from top to bottom. So
From top
how
to
do you
bottom,
think?
and they are fighting. Criminals are fighting corruption.
Yeah. So you cannot see them, fighting for the interests of the people or for the country. So they have occupied all the position of power in Nigeria. So they're not going to punish themselves, the law will never catch up on them, but rather they will use the Nigerian law, to cover
Look at
themselves up.
if you look at that Ogun State as a microcosm of Nigeria. So you're talking about Gbajabiamila, who is the number 4 man in Nigeria, and you are looking at Dapo Abiodun, who is a governor of a state. So you see there's a chain there. But even within that state, you look at Dapo Abiodun, who is the head of the state, and then you look at this Rafiu, who is his own satellite. So he was doing credit card fraud, jailed and then released to become governor. And who does he appoint? He appoints somebody that goes to do
Yeah.
social security fraud. So, well,
So
it's unbelievable.
I don't
It's a special. We are a special case in that country, man.
I don't see anything happening. We recently heard of the case of Abba Kyari too. What happened? Abba Kyari that have connection with what do you call this guy?
Hush puppy.
Hush puppy. What I mean, Nigeria exonerated him. They investigated him. They said they found nothing against him. I think the Attorney General said it publicly that they found nothing against him. So they have created a system in Nigeria to protect criminals because all of them in power are criminal. They have involved in one shady deal, in one criminal act at one time or the other, and they are all in position of power everywhere. So they would rather use that law to protect them instead of using it, they don't make the law to work as it is written, but as they like to interpret it. So they interpret the law to favor them and not exactly the way the law is written. So that is the problem we have in Nigeria. I don't expect anything to happen. Already, he have immunity. That one, they make that one constitutional. You see the way criminals protect themselves.
The people that are, you're saying he has immunity, but the people that are going after him, can they not go after INEC itself? Do you understand? So they go after INEC and insist that INEC action the information that is on to withdraw his certificate of return. Because, of course, he's lied on the form, and it's a big lie as well. He has a fraudulent past, which is one of the biggest red flags within the process to stop you. But he lied about that. So they can go to INEC. He can enjoy his immunity, but they can go to INEC to withdraw his certificate because it doesn't meet the eligibility criteria.
Well, under normal circumstances, it should be the way you just said it. But I've told you earlier, these people does not follow the law, does not implement the law in accordance to the way it is written. They implement
which people?
These people in power.
Yes, but it's not the people in power that will go and meet INEC.
What are you talking about?
Because one man said, why can't they go and meet INEC?
No, what Adele Koko is saying is INEC will just dismiss them out of hand.
Who are the people controlling INEC? Are they not the same people? It's not the president.
You heard Buhari yesterday telling the FCC not to go after criminal politicians.
Who are the people in control of INEC? Is it not the president? Who are the people in control of police? Is it not the president? Who is that person in control of EFCC? Is it not the president?
So what is the solution?
And
that is where we always get to. So he's asking what you see. That's the frustration, no?
Yeah.
Sorry, Ajale Koko, because you see, this is where your innocence will start to be taken away from you. Sorry, I know you are still because with youth comes optimism, but with age comes jadedness. You become jaded soon because you are saying, why can't they just go to INEC and have INEC action it? But Ajale Koko has told you now what the result is, and you are saying, so what's the solution? And that is where we all are. So what's the solution? There's no solution now.
There is
What can you
solution.
tell?
Even
Okay,
in
what
a
is this?
same
You tell us this revolution. Look at this guy.
Yes, now,
in a same
because
country,
at this
when they
point,
find out
at
things
this
like
point,
that,
the kind
Ajale
of
Koko, are you
news,
hearing?
the kind of
in a
news that
same
comes out of
country,
Nigeria
when they
every
figure
day.
something like that out, you need to resign yourself. They don't even need to tell you.
No, but it's
They
not
don't need
about
to tell
that.
you.
It's not about that. We know what we are dealing with. There's
What
no
do you
it's
mean it's not about
supposed
that?
to. There's obviously they are not
They
going
don't
to
need
do
to
that.
go to anywhere. Naturally,
but
the person should just go and resign.
yes,
Naturally,
but
because that's the law.
Okay,
they
but
don't
In a
naturally
same
do things
country.
hold
like
on,
that in
Solly.
Nigeria.
Hold
I
on,
don't want to
Solly.
speak on hypothetical.
Hold on, Solly.
I
Hold
want
on,
to
Solly. Hold on, Solly. But D, will he resign? Will Dr. Biodun resign?
He won't. There is a lot of them that have had
Okay,
similar
so if he
cases.
doesn't resign, then what happens?
That's the problem. That's the problem with the
So you
country. That's
see,
where
that
we
is
have
where
There
we
is
problem
a
in
are.
that country.
solution. There's a solution.
Okay,
The
what
kind of
is it?
Well,
news,
what's the solution?
the
Tell
What's
us.
the
kind of
solution?
news that comes out of Nigeria every day. You said some days ago they said they should not arrest corrupt politicians. Now they found this one. People are, if they really, if they say it affects them, as much as they say it affects them, they are all supposed to be on the streets right now protesting. Especially that constitutional bill that says
Yeah,
that
what's the
the
solution
people
now? You
in
said there
power
is a
will
solution.
have immunity after coming out of power. That's what Nigerians should even be protesting about the most. You don't need to find a good leader or find good people. Remove that thing. That is their main problem in that country. That's just that one thing. If they protest and they say it really affects their life, but it seems like they don't care. We are the ones fighting for them. We are the ones getting angry. We are the ones looking for solution.
There is no solution. Is
There is a solution.
but what is it?
Like I said, they should go out on the street and
What
protest.
are
They
you
should
talking
remove that one.
about? What are you talking? Have they not tried that?
The whole nation,
The old nation.
north, east, west.
Look at this guy. You are written for.
Exactly.
You are.
Exactly.
There's
So
that
that means they
pie.
are enjoying some of them.
You know when they are saying pie in the sky. What you are talking about is pie.
But one
in the
man, is
sky.
that not a solution? If it was any other country, isn't that what they would do? Any other country
Look
but
at this
Nigeria.
guy.
But
You might
not
as well.
Nigeria.
You might
That
as well
country
say
is
why
not
don't they just do the right thing? That's not a solution.
No,
Now, but
we know they won't do the right thing now.
And
No,
now
let's
you're
let's
asking
move
for
past that
everybody in
point.
the country from Sokoto to Ekpe to protest, to go on the street and be protesting.
Not burn the streets, just to come out.
No,
in protest.
to protest. What? Come
Go
on,
to your
man.
government offices. Straight
Look
up
at
there.
this
You
guy.
don't need
Look at
to
this
fill
guy.
up the road.
the
Go to
answers that
government
failed.
offices.
You're just talking solely. The answers that failed. Didn't you see what happened in the northern space? They told them to stand down, and they believe on their elders. They don't. They
Okay,
don't.
but
They
The
don't.
solution is there is no solution
No,
immediately.
no
So we have to
solution.
think of a solution, but we have to really think hard because it's not any of this. That's why, anyway, Ajande Koko, carry on. Sorry, yeah, it's your space, yeah.
The solution, Mr. Woman.
Oh, yeah. So go on, but we're not doing shouting. I know. I'm sure you know that.
Mr. Woman. I don't shout. Every time I speak, I'm shouting.
No, because every time you speak, you do event. But okay, go on, carry on. Let me not. Yeah.
Who, me?
Did you want to interject? Did you want to contribute to the conversation?
Well, you've heard it before. Everybody is saying, "Look, let's come and vote these people." It's not going to do anything. It is a solution, but it's not palatable for you guys.
Okay.
That's not what you guys want to hear. But there is a solution.
Which is what?
Disintegration. You know, the country is too big for them to manage.
It's not too big. America is big too. America is even bigger.
And they're having issues in America.
Okay, but not like Nigeria.
The inflation is shooting through the roof. Sorry?
No country is perfect.
No, but you compare to America, America has one constitution, which is a Judeo-Christian, Greco-Roman constitution, which is why they are having relatively peace. But in Nigeria,
that's the constitution we have as well. We have a Judeo-Christian Greco-Roman constitution as well. That's what we have as well.
Sharia in the north of Nigeria.
Well, that's
because they are
peculiar to
coconut
the
heads.
space. That's peculiar to the space.
Peculiar, exactly.
No,
You
no,
know,
that's not the Nigerian. The Sharia is not the Nigerian constitution, is it?
exactly. So why do you have it in
Yeah,
the north?
because it's peculiar. Because to facilitate, to accommodate their peculiarities.
But it's not in your constitution. If it's not in your constitution,
Yeah,
you
but
can't.
there's facilitation for peculiarities. It's not constitutional. It's optional. You know that Sharia is optional. You know it's not mandatory, don't you?
It's mandatory. They have his
Who,
bar
who,
and all this thing.
who told you that?
They
No,
don't
it's
have
not.
his from
It's
the
not.
north.
It's
You
not. It's not
don't.
mandatory now.
It's not mandatory. But back to Adanle Koko.
Okay.
So, as I was saying, these people have the constitution under their armpit. They will use the constitution, interpret it in any way they like to protect them, and not the way it is exactly written. And to further protect them while in power, they have it in the constitution. What do you call that useless thing? What is it called?
Immunity.
Immunity. So this guy, nothing is going to happen to him. But I heard what one man said, that organization that are pursuing this case against this guy or are revealing this criminal past should contact INEC that he deceived them by not revealing it in his application form before he contested for election. You see, the word immunity, it means a lot. They will interpret it. They have the court. They have the court to work for them as well. So and I don't expect anything. I don't expect anything. But what I like and what I appreciate is that the organization courageously brought something out that have dented its image.
It's been highlighted in the public space, so that is in
Yes.
itself. So
Yeah.
so that we all know that he's a criminal,
It's a
and
criminal.
we all know that his occupation of that office is unconstitutional.
It's unconstitutional.
We might not be able to remove him, but he
Mhm.
knows that we know,
Yeah.
and they know that we know. So
Yeah.
so that's where we are now.
So
It's a war of attrition between the people and the government.
yes. So, but his future political ambition will face a big challenge with this information on the ground now, because what they do is when they are leaving the office of the president or the governor, they want to go to the Senate to further continue to protect themselves while in power. So these could be used against him in the pursuit of his future political ambition.
Ajanle Koko, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So this immunity thing, because you said it like 2-3 days ago, that was the first time I heard about it in my life. I realized that I've just been wasting my time arguing with what they should do, because this thing is just a final clause. So I want to ask this question: if Tinubu becomes president and he makes as much money as he can for the country, and he steals it, once he comes out of presidency, he has immunity?
No, he doesn't have immunity outside of government. Only when he's in office.
Okay, so if he steals everything while he's in office and then leaves, he has immunity.
No, not when he leaves, he doesn't. Only when he's in office, that's when he has immunity.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Then if he commits the crime while he's in office,
he can answer for the crime when he leaves office. So he doesn't get away with it because he committed it.
One man, you don't understand this question. He said while he's still in office.
Yeah.
If he steals everything,
Mm.
yes, as at that time he still has immunity. Yes, nobody
And
will do him anything.
what is asking is because he committed that crime when he had immunity, even when he's outside of office, does that immunity still
No.
succeed?
That's not what he's
Because
asking. No, that's not what he's
that
asking.
is what he's
That's what I'm
asking.
asking.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Okay,
is
that's what you're asking. Okay,
yes. Now,
okay.
so you don't
Okay,
understand the
so all
question.
these people, when they leave office, why can't the FCC go after them?
They do
They
now,
do.
but they do. But
Fayose was number one. Remember Fayose? That was what
and
happened.
Why
to him.
didn't they see them in
Obiano is
jail?
another one.
Obiano too, yes.
But
They
we didn't see them
let
in
me
jail.
let me tell you how it works, Solly. When these people are in office, they steal a stupendous amount of money. We're talking about billions of dollars. So when the authorities then come after them, they then go with a team of the best lawyers in Nigeria and bags full of dollars. So they bribe the authorities that are looking to arrest them, and then they intimidate them with law. And if you want to go to court, they will bury you in court for the next 100 years. So eventually, this is why they are negotiating. When they go after Abacha's money, when they go after, there was one guy, the governor of one of the states. He was one of the people that was used by Abacha then, but the government had to negotiate some of the money back from him, from America, because they know that if they go after him, he will tie them up in court, because he has this vast war chest. So that's just how the game is played.
Even Iborin Delta State, that was what happened to Iborin. That was what happened to him.
Wow. Well, we're in trouble.
You don't do see the penny is dropping. I told you the penny will drop, but I'll go back to you.
Yeah.
Why do you think we come here and we are banging our head against computers every day? Where it's a frustration now. It's a frustration. It's the perfect crime.
So the solution is difficult, very difficult.
This is where we have to find it though.
Soli is finally joining the team now.
Yes.
Joining us.
Don't worry, we will beat that youthful optimism out of you yet. Don't worry, the optimism will go.
Something Nigerian people will not just stand down like that for the next 10 years. I don't think they can last the next 10 years continuing like this.
But it's been going on since what? Shagari Gowon era. So
yes, but now there's awareness from every tribe. There's awareness.
No, during the Shagari era, they didn't have immunity then in the constitution.
Yeah, but they've been looting and getting away with it.
Yes, they've been looting, but this one that they constitutionalize, I mean, there is in the constitution that criminal can be protected while in office. What does that tell us? That tells us that, I mean, we are doomed of people. How, if somebody remain in office, I mean, is in office for 8 years as governor, and he consistently steal the money of that for good 8 years, he can bankrupt that state. And after leaving office, what do you think? How many years do you think, if they find him guilty, how many years do you think he will go? How many years jail? Maybe some.
They'll give him 5 years, release him after one.
And then, even if they are able to see some of his property or some money, is it everything that they are going to see? No. All the one in abroad and some other places that he has taken, or he have some friend fronting for him.
Probably even give them opportunity to pay fine rather than go to prison. So, I told you about Akala case with EFCC. They just asked him to pay 500 million naira.
500, yes.
And he
yes.
And now you have stolen about 50 billion. So are you hearing it now? This is what we are.
And if we come back,
it's crazy.
And if we come back, it will be what do you call them? Godfatherism. He won't be able to contest, but that is what Ibori. That is what Ibori is doing in Delta State. After serving years in years of imprisonment in Britain, he's still a Batarism in godfatherism in Delta State.
As a matter of fact, Ajale Koko, while in jail in the UK, in Britain, he was the one that handpicked Senator Kowa.
He was still directing. He was still directing the affair of politics from jail.
From jail, he pressed his button to make sure Kowa entered there because it was his boy.
Well, I will do it next time.
So
I think we celebrate this thing. I think that thing is being celebrated in Nigeria. Remember, but they judge too when he was coming out of prison. They went there with drum and everything.
This one that is calling
that should cover his face.
So
they were beating drum, cooking rice, eating as if he's celebrating a golden jubilee.
They come out from jail and turn to be leader again. Godfatherism, they will be behind sponsoring people to political offices, and those that they sponsor, what do you expect them to be? How do you expect them to perform in the office?
We've already seen the example in Ogun State. So this aide to the governor that was arrested for social security fraud in America and jailed, if he had come back with his $350,000, added it to the one that is looting, by the time that governor is leaving, he will be raising his hands to say, "This is your next governor."
Your next governor.
So this is it.
I like the fact that this organization revealing this information is already dented his image, because a lot of people celebrate this guy as a Christian, a redeemed Christian member, a church man, a good man of God. And I see some commentary, Adewale, saying he's doing a good job in Ogun State. I don't know a good job he's doing.
No, but is this not the problem? That comment, is that not the problem right there? That saying somebody is an armed robber, you are saying
and you are celebrating him. Adewale, they are saying that.
Him to probably say because he's a redeemed member. He has repented.
Religion comes in. For God's sake, we cannot celebrate criminal, for God's sake. Even though it's our church member, we don't have to. We see the way they do it here where we live. They don't celebrate. Once you are a criminal, it's revealed that you are a criminal. Everybody will abandon you, and we have no place in the society again. The society will reject you because you failed the society. They give you all the trust and everything, and you just went and acted the other way. Once you are revealed to be a criminal or a person of questionable character, you can't represent the people. That is the way it is done. That is why this advanced country, Britain, America, that is why they progress. But in our own case, we want to use sentiment. Oh, it's doing good. It's doing good. You cannot protect the people of Ogun State that are being killed by Fulani in many places, that have been driven out of Ogun State. They are living as refugees in Republic of Benin. Come on, Adewale, please. We don't have to be doing this.
All right, Adade Koko. For instance of time, let me take you on to the next question. But before I do that, let's acknowledge Alexander Gomez's super chat. It says the richest person in Nigeria is known to be a baron back in the days. Please quote me. So that's a bit mysterious. So you need to expand on that so we know exactly what you're saying. The richest person in Nigeria is known to be a baron back in the days. Please quote me. I suspect you might well be referencing Babangida Rada of the Gloria Okon fame. So that is.
I think he's referencing Dangote.
Oh, all right. Okay, a baron of oil. Was he a drug dealer?
Well, I'll let Alexander speak on it, but I think I know what he's talking about.
Oh, all right. They're all gangsters anyway. No, who's not a gangster in Nigeria? We are all, this is what Thomas told us now, that we're all criminals and you were beating him up. Are we not?
We wanted to kill him that day, yeah.
All right. But going on from that to this, we've been clamoring for a southern president. And of course, when you come to the south, it's all about ethnicity. The Yorubas agitating for a Yoruba president, the Easterners agitating for an Igbo president. Within the Yoruba space, we were even ready to hold our nose and settle for Tinubu just out of desperation for having a Yoruba president. But we don't have to do that anymore. Ajanle Koko. Breaking news, apparently, allegedly, Bukola Saraki, a Yoruba man. So what are you then making then of this newfound ethnicity that Saraki is bringing to the public space?
We've known Saraki that is 50% Yoruba, 50% Fulani. So there's no way we can call him, but still describe him as I mean we can still regard him as a Yoruba person. He is by blood is connected with Yoruba, and by name he sounds Yoruba. So we cannot totally.
Are we that desperate? Yoruba. Are we that desperate?
One man, remember when you were tackling me here? I was telling you this man is not Yoruba.
He's from Mali now. He himself said
so.
So.
Yeah, I told you here that his grandfather is from Mali, and also from your state. His grandmother is from your state, Oyo. And his mother is from Ondo State. She's royalty in Ondo State.
So he's
and the father is from where?
His mother is from Owo.
Ondo State.
Owo.
Oh, yes,
Owo.
Well, actually from yes, she's the princess of the royal stool, apparently.
Olagbegi Royal Home in Owo. So his connection is there. He's connected by blood. He's connected by name.
Are we desperate enough to accept that? Are we desperate enough to accept that?
Oh, no, this is not about desperation. I mean, our
culture
is
that of desperation.
Oh, hold on. We cannot say. No. Don't mind one man. You know the way one man says his words sometimes. It's no, we know our tradition in Yoruba land. Even though we cannot call him a total Yoruba man because his father is from is a Fulani man. But his mother.
What is a Yoruba man?
One man, can I ask another question?
Oh, hold on. I think Radio Biafra wanted to go first. So what was your question to Janle Koko, Radio Biafra?
Would you define a Yoruba man? Is there a person born in Yoruba land? Or I don't know. How do you define a Yoruba man?
His father is Yoruba, his mother is Yoruba.
A Yoruba man is a person that whose father is a Yoruba person. But at the same time, if mother is a Yoruba person, we cannot throw him away. We can still accept that person as our son.
We're not Ghanaians.
But are they second class? Like the likes of Dele Momodu, are they like second class?
No, we don't act like that. No.
Yoruba don't regard anybody that is connected to them as second class.
One man wants to answer to that. Is Dele Momodu second class?
Dele Momodu is fully Edo, but for me, Saraki will be a second class Yoruba.
No.
How would Dele be fully Edo? Dele's mother is Yoruba.
Okay,
exactly.
Well, second class, I didn't know the mother was Yoruba.
It's the same thing applicable now. Because Ajale Koko is splitting it now. 50-50 for Saraki. Why for Dele Momodu is a different
No, I did not know. I did not know his mother was Yoruba. Okay, so now I know the same principles apply. But you have to be pure blood now, as with most people. That's what they expect. Full blood.
Yes.
Can I ask my question now?
Go on there. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. Now you said that they are stealing enough money so that once they go out, they can fight their battles. But for example, now in Miami, when they were doing drug money, they arrested the owners of the banks. They arrested the banks that were taking drug money, trading it, doing business with it. The banks in Nigeria too, are they not the one passing the call? Because where is this money passing through? Is it not through bank? Is it not through accounts? Why are the banks not being investigated, interrogated, and someone being jailed from there? Because someone is approving the money. Someone is releasing the money. I've seen this with my two Koro eyes.
Okay. Let me address that. I watched a documentary a couple of days ago. It's called sextortion. So they coined that word. So using sex to extort people, so they call it sextortion. So what they do is these people in Thailand, places like that, they go online, they go on Facebook, use a pretty girl's face, and then they try and befriend some person. So they try and befriend that person and they start to chat. And then when they start to chat, then they'll start to do webcam with each other. And when they start to do webcam with each other, then the girl will start to show her body and invite the guy to start to show his body and do things to himself. But what they are doing in Thailand is they are recording it. So once they've recorded about 10 minutes of that, they will then send it to that guy and use it to blackmail him. They'll tell him, I will send it to all your friends and family. They will give him a list of his friends and family. So when they started to investigate this, they went to Thailand and they got hold of the woman. Do you know what this woman used to do? Because they have laws in Thailand too. She went and bought herself a Western Union. She had her own Western Union branch in that interior city that she was using to run the scam. So when they send the money, she already owns what essentially was the bank that the money comes out of. So they just use some fake documentary to access it in her own Western Union. So this is the same narrative. These people, they own banks. They own their friends are the CEO of banks. So forget it. Which bank is going to? We are talking about billions of dollars now. Which bank is not going to facilitate for you to, to park billions of dollars in there? So it's the same thing.
Okay, but I'm not saying which bank is not going to. Why can't somebody in the bank be arrested? That's what happened in Miami. Miami was the biggest place.
Forget Miami now, but it's Nigeria now. They cover it up now.
Why? Who is covering it up?
No, comparing Nigeria to America.
I don't know why he's doing that.
I'm not comparing.
Ajale Koko, do you want to address that? Because that question is some or Black League. Let Black League
It's
address
not
it. Black
going
League, do you
to
want to
work,
address
my
that?
friend Solly.
Yes.
Sorry, I told you earlier that these politicians in Nigeria, they control everything. Everything you want to talk about. The economic base of that country is in their hand. The security network is in their hand. Everything you want to talk about is in their hand. The media is in their hand. They control the media. That is why you see the media cannot come out against them. And they have, most of the media houses in Nigerians are owned by politicians. Most of the banks in Nigeria, they are shareholders. So they have a way of, using bank to siphon this money or, transfer it to foreign account and some other way. So look, experts in that field, in the banking industry, they know there are ways to do it that we don't know. So we can question them, but man, sorry, don't even worry. Don't
You
worry
see,
your
there
head too much
are
about it.
regulations around money laundering, and there are EFCC agents within most banks. But the bankers, they are smarter than the regulations.
Yes.
So as soon as the regulations come out, they already built a system around it that bypasses it.
Okay.
So they'll bypass it in a way that would not flag up. And whichever EFCC agent is dead, this is why I said there's still so much. Because when they steal, they are looking to really to keep about 40% of what they've stolen and then use the other percentage to defend the stolen funds.
That's business to them.
No, that is
lazy. They are lazy-minded. They are lazy-minded. This is the problem. Very lazy-minded people. So that's their business to them. They should just take everything and give out 60% as damages. That's only. Anyway,
hold on, Solly. All the contracts you think they award to build university, to build road, to build all these things, that is the way they take the money out with their friend in China. Some of the companies that comes from outside Nigeria, they have partnership with them, and those are the ones that we help them to siphon the money out when they award contract. And so there are so many ways. This one is don't even that of the banking and all these things you are asking about. It's very easy to
That's
take
the
the money
easiest
out.
part of it all. They don't even use Nigerian banks. Is what Ajale Koko is explaining to you.
Okay. So the solution would be to go like Xi Jinping. Since we don't want to do revolution, Why can't, since politicians own everything, why can't somebody just get there, get in power?
No,
See,
the solution, we have said the solution here.
Xi
Solely.
Jinping punished 627,000 officials. There was a time he went after 300,000 politicians. Somebody needs to creep up there and get the job done. I don't know how they are going to do it.
Solely.
We are practicing democracy in Nigeria. In China, they don't practice democracy.
No, when he came, they were practicing democracy.
It's not democracy.
They've never practiced democracy in China. It's a one-party state. One-party state, China.
Solely, once upon a time, you said you are related somehow to Ekiti State Governor Fayemi. So I'm surprised you don't know all these things. You know, these things are in the public domain. There, it's not like it's hidden. You know, corruption is a full anthem in Nigeria. Every little industry knows about it.
These are things I witnessed. Nobody sat down there to be explaining everything to me as they were happening.
They don't have to. It's a venture. That's what they do. That's why Nigeria politics is very expensive. You have to have a lot of, like we were saying the other time, there's no way Shore can win that seat because our politics is monetized. You don't have the money. So you don't expect these people to put 20 billion.
But why can't the youth go behind him? Why can't the youth give him money? If it's time to donate money for Biafra, you see all the money that is coming in. Why can't the youth donate
Biafra? Good example.
1 million from 100 Nigerian youths, which they have the money, that's 100 million. Or even 10 million from, even in fact,
you mean to Shore?
Yes.
No, he's not. He's not canvassing for money. I just saw Dele Momodu on Facebook earlier on. He was canvassing that he wants 100,000 people to donate 1,000 naira so that he can hit 1 billion naira for his campaign, and people are donating money.
No. Shore is canvassing for money too.
I've not heard him canvassing for money. Yeah.
The last time he did the last one.
He's doing it now as well. So, and I think Flash Mankind said he sent something to your DG. So
I think it was just a clip. So it's usually the usual Shore nonsense. Okay, let's not call it a nonsense. You all know how we all feel about Shore anyways. Okay. Let's play flashes and this is what it says.
Good day to you, everyone. My name is Omoyele Shore. And as you are aware, I'm running to become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria come 2023. The idea is to mobilize all the young people in Nigeria to, for once, take their destinies into their hands. You probably have been told where you're in primary school or secondary school during one of those Children's Day or Independence Day events that you're the leaders of tomorrow. But imagine what these wicked leaders have done to you. They made sure that your tomorrow never came. This is the time to make that tomorrow available for you and several generations to come. To ensure that Nigeria doesn't continue spiraling out of control the way it has been in the last 32 years, particularly in the last 7 years under the Muhammadu Buhari regime and the APC. All promises cancelled is what we call them. We can't continue like this. Thank you.
That was there you saw it.
How does that sound to you, one man?
What does it? It didn't say anything. What did it say? It didn't say anything. One man, watching Indian film. With the
man on the streets understand what he asked. What is
just jabba. It's just jabba. This is what he does.
I don't understand the video. It's very.
There's never a time to do anything right for one man.
The only difference in the video is he was just speaking.
Anything he does, one man will not subscribe to it. So no point.
That's it. So,
but Sunday doesn't subscribe. He doesn't subscribe.
He will never subscribe.
One man say people. It's people.
It's a very big video.
It's one man. He's targeting people like Soli
But I'm not in
people
Nigeria.
like D,
But I'm not in Nigeria.
people like, can't you understand this message? I mean, you
But it's
said it.
supposed to be talking
He
to
didn't have
people
a
in
message.
Nigeria.
He say our Momo don't do. Your time is now. Our
Solely.
Momo don't do. Your time is now.
Solely, why you not the one saying that when that we go and vote when for presidential election? Why you not the one that told us that you have PVC and you will travel to Nigeria?
I heard
and
that.
vote?
Yes, he said
I
it.
said I will
Yes,
go
I
to
heard
Nigeria to give my PVC and vote for Tinubu, but maybe I'll vote for Sowore. We never know till the time comes.
Yeah. Okay, but he's talking to you that look, let us look at the future, our future and the generation.
Why is he talking to Soli? He's not talking to you. Is Sowore not talking to you, Ajahn Lekoko?
No, he's talking to all of
Soli,
us.
your
He's
time
talking
is
to all of
now.
us. He's talking to all of us. And that message is very clear to everybody that.
But why is he in a cheap hotel? Though? Why is he in a cheap hotel?
The time is now.
Why is he watching Oyibo people addressing Nigerian?
You're talking
You should have turned off that TV instead of showing us Oyibo people.
Ajahn Lekoko, the issue is that he's talking to people like me. How many of us are outside? You should be talking to people in Nigeria.
So Nigerian doesn't understand English. Nigerian people doesn't understand English.
A Yoruba man will sit down on the road and be watching that video.
So Yoruba man doesn't understand English.
The
Are Yoruba, hold on. Are Yoruba people not educated?
On the road.
Not the ones on the street. That's not the language to communicate to them.
So is that the only language? Hold on. Is that the only video that is going to release?
Does he have any other?
What?
Did he subsequently
be releasing video?
You know what? Sorry, Ajahn Lekoko. Hey, Joe, sorry guys. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand one thing. Yesterday, I don't even see this one as campaign. Yesterday, the one man played. Flash Mankind came and said it's not a real campaign. This one doesn't look like a real advert for campaign. So it looked like the same thing. The only difference with this one, it was just talking, not pointing to a car.
You know what they call that sort of hotel? Do you know what they call it? Short time. They call it short time.
Short time. Yeah.
They call it short time hotel. Some girl from Insta from Tinder.
I'm surprised. Yeah.
I understand. Sure, I don't have money like the Lagos Baba landlord. So what you expect?
Forget about.
But sorry, if Shure doesn't have money to just do as little as adverts, is it even worth being the president, though? Just
why would
adverts,
you want
just
to
to
be
pay
president?
adverts.
What are you saying? What are you saying, G?
What do you mean? What am I saying? He should have money for adverts. Why would he have money for adverts?
He did adverts. It's you that don't like the adverts. What he did was
on his own
you that
accord,
don't
he should
like
be able to pay TV stations and all those likes of people for adverts from his pocket.
Why must it? Hold on right there.
You can't do the president of Nigeria.
Hold on.
Surrender the platform.
Hold on, one man.
Yeah.
Hold on, one man.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes we talk and we just imagine that what is he talking about? So
exactly.
you want Sowore to use his money, his hard-earned money. Money is donated by poor people that believe in the future and the survival of their country. To take that money to
what is bad
the media.
Money for
Hold on.
No, I don't like the way you said it.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Is it campaigning for chief?
Let me finish now.
He wants to be president of Nigeria. Doesn't have money to pay for adverts.
Let me finish now. Let me finish.
Let him land the way you started.
Let me land.
The way you started.
Okay, let me land.
What I'm saying.
Okay, let me land. So you wanted to take that money to go and give his enemy, the media houses that are owned by politicians, right?
Exactly.
He cannot create.
That is not the point.
Hold on. You sometimes what is wrong with this advert?
Let him land the point now. You are taking us back.
I'm not taking you back. I'm taking you far ahead from
Let
where
him
he's
land the
taking us to.
point.
He
Let him
said
land
he
the
should go and
point.
pay his enemy. But if he pays the
Okay,
TV
but let him
station,
land his
their job
point
is just
now,
to
and
pay
if
the
he's wrong,
advert.
you
That's
tell
all he
him
needs for
that
them
he's
to do
wrong.
for
You tell
him.
him where
They
he's
don't need to
wrong.
campaign for him.
All right.
Come on, man.
So
Let's be disciplined
Okay. Is
ourselves.
it going to be another show session?
So you
Okay.
want him to take his money to Channel TV, people that are never shown any interest to showcase him, to spread this message to the youth,
He
Nigerian
can't
youth,
spread his
and
message
to
for free now. Adale
okay,
Koko, what are you
just
saying?
okay.
We are
Let's
just talking
one
about
man, one
procrastination,
man, please
closing down when they can't get work. So you expect them to be
let us
showcasing
All
Showore for free.
right.
All these
just move
adverts you
forward.
see on those stations, people
Let
pay
us move
for
All
it.
forward.
right.
They pay for the advert.
So
And
you
if you
can
pay for the
see.
advert, there is no way they won't place the advert, which is
Don't
that is your
worry, don't
mission.
worry.
That is what you want to get for them to place the advert, whether they
Here,
are your enemy or not. If if
Aizon
CNN is
was,
my enemy and
you
I
will
pay
not
them for
have
advert,
energy.
the main thing for me is for them to put the
you
advert
will,
out,
you
not
will
whether they are
never
my
have
enemy or not.
energy.
The one
You
thing
will
we
never
can all
have
agree on.
energy. You will never have energy to stand up against corrupt politicians in Nigeria, but against Showore that have never stolen one kobo out of your wealth. That is the problem with some of you. And it is just
Exactly.
unfortunate. So,
All right.
one man,
Let's move on.
let us go to Showore. Let us go to Saraki. Go back to
Yeah,
Saraki.
let's go back to Saraki.
Saraki is half Yoruba, half Fulani. So in Yoruba land, as far as we are concerned, even though you are not, your father is not a Yoruba man, but your mother is Yoruba person, we don't throw that person away. But as far as politics is concerned, his geopolitical zone is not southwest. His geopolitical zone is north central. So it can only contest.
He's playing for the zoning as thing. So he wants to, like you
No,
said,
no.
we know him as a northerner, but he's now showing his Yoruba credentials. Should the zoning committees now come back to say that the power has to go to the south, he can then play that narrative that no, come on now, my mother is a southerner. How much more southerner do you want me to be? So he's playing both ends, isn't he?
No, it's not possible. It cannot. It is not being potent. What he's doing is just trying to placate to Yoruba to see him as one of their sons, and they should, vote for him anytime that whenever the election comes, they should consider him as one of their sons. But as far as geopolitical zone is concerned, it can only contest as a candidate from North Central and North Southwest. So that one is very clear. He's one of our sons. We can't throw him away. And he can walk into the palace of Olowo for war anytime, and he'll be welcome. He'll be welcome because his mother is a princess. Was a princess. Let me put it that way. So it's their son there too. They can't throw him away. So Yoruba, by our tradition, we don't throw away a son or daughter from our daughter. We don't throw them away. We accept them as our children as well. But when it comes to the family title or traditional title of the town, it cannot attain any
tradition. Now you're not throwing away. What of Lai Mohammed? Lai Mohammed for president.
Lai Mohammed is from North Central too. He's from Kwara. He's from North Central as well. So Saraki is just using every means, to canvass for vote, and that is what you got to do as a politician, One man, where are you?
All right. So let me help one man since he's absent. Let us move to the next stage. Alexander Gomez. Thank you, Black Lady. Yes, drug baron. Oh, one man, you are back. I was just
carry on. Yeah, we don't know. Go on and do
go
that.
Ahead, Go ahead.
No. This was this is Alexander Gomez just agreeing with because he was hinting that the biggest drug baron. It is well, he said baron, but then it's gone on to qualify it, which was what Black League was also hinting to. So Dangote was the name he was referencing. Thank you, Black League, he says, because Black League guessed it. And then he goes on to confirm what I suspected, a drug baron. So there it is right there. Do you know any which way the dollar comes in? Yeah.
Is he telling us that Dangote is a drug baron? So what
did you not know that already? Did you need to be told?
I think what he's saying is that's how Dangote started. I think that's what Alexander is saying.
You see, the moment I saw that clip of him naked with the American girl, I already knew what that guy was all about. You know, this is how he's using Nigerian money to go and do American spicy. You know, American spicy. So, Ajanle Koko, let's go from American spicy to Nigerian poverty. Kidnappers collect beer, cigarettes, noodles to release victim in Ekiti State. So crime and poverty all merged into that headline. This is a new development. I'm just speculating that very soon they will kidnap somebody and go and tell the family to go and cook soup and bring it if they want him released. Where are we going in that country? Ajanle Koko. Kidnappers collect beer, cigarettes, noodles to release a victim. What do you make of that?
They didn't collect money.
They collected money as well.
As well.
Yes.
Man, we just have to thank the family that they finally released that person. There are some cases like that. They will take their noodle, take their money, and they won't even release him. They will kill that person. So that is the way that they we have seen such cases in the north as well. Some of these bandits, when they kidnap, they will tell them. Some of the students that were kidnapped in Kaduna, it happened to them. They called on their family and told them that when they are bringing money, they should bring noodle, they should bring palm oil, they should bring vegetable oil, they should bring rice, they should bring a lot of food stuff. So, you know that is what they eat in the bush. So, because
Ajanle Koko, I think we have to recognize the princess of the show. Sorry
little man.
Little man.
Power, pass power.
Are you a little man? Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello. Say hello. See that man, Black League, when you see him cross the road. It's a dangerous man.
Hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello, Nigerian Britiana.
You should be taking your nap, huh? So yeah, sorry, carry on. Yeah.
So it's not something strange. It's been happening, and those kidnapper, they combine money and food as they are.
It's quite a development, though. They started from 2 million naira. They negotiated them to 750, but as part of the package, like you're getting a job, your salary plus benefits, noodles, cigarettes, and beer. Look at that.
Some will even call. Some will even call. Tell them to bring some Igbo.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, they will tell them bring some Indian hair.
So that
How
tells
much
you.
more?
That tells you that it is poverty that is underpinning that crime. It's poverty now. That's what it's saying.
Yeah.
When they're telling you to bring food to come and get somebody released.
Poverty is the mother of crime.
What's that?
Some people are making reference to US. Are people in the US suffering like people in Nigeria? Some people can't even find food to eat in a day. So where would they get money to be contributing for? People in diaspora can contribute for him. People complain here. How many people have contributed? How many people have contributed? Message Showere and say we want to contribute for you. People will just come here and be talking, supporting Showere. Say people should contribute. How much have you contributed for him? People are hungry. People are hungry in that country. People are hungry in that country.
We have to address something. Let's just address this once and for all and knock it on the head. D, what is your issue with Showere?
I don't like when people come and start saying things that is not making sense and they think they are making sense. Abba, people are hungry. People are very hungry in that country. The same people, you want them to contribute money. And you said,
look at D. D is just finding one excuse, or the other against you.
Whether they are haters or not haters, it's a service. They will render it. The main thing is for them to put the advert out. It's not whether they hate you or they don't hate you.
Not everybody in that country is poor. There are plenty of people that are 21 years old that have 100 million in their accounts.
No, most people in that country are poor.
But
and a lot of people they are dead poor. We're talking about poor not being able to eat.
Even if
some people go 2 days in that country.
Those people that have millions don't care about shower. You think they care about shower?
Then we have to get them to care.
But one man, many a times, you see some lads come to your platform here saying Nigeria is heaven on earth. Everything is there. We even have one here now telling us
Nigeria is that country.
I am here. I'm ready to defend what I have said in the past. So don't just choose some punch at me. I'm ready to release the back. You say what?
There we go again, one man. Yeah, that's exactly what DOG was saying. Some persons will tell you Nigeria is heaven on earth. They'll say Nigeria is heaven on earth. Meanwhile, people are very poor.
It's heaven on earth now. It's true.
Poor to the skin.
There is no middle class. It's either you are rich or you are poor.
Those
people that have millions, they don't care about show. They don't care because they are okay. They are okay in Nigeria. You don't care about what the government is doing. That's the problem. Most people that are rich don't care about what the government is doing. They can drive their Ferrari, go to pop champagne, spend 5 million. I know people that spend 10 million in clubs in Nigeria, in Lagos, on every weekend.
But now you are saying people are
people are poor. That doesn't mean people are not poor. Hold
on, guys. You see, those two statements, they can be correct, and they are. Some of the richest people on the planet, they are Nigerians. And Nigeria, as you know, is the poverty capital of the world. What I think that's Solly or D was saying, the middle class has been wiped out. So it's just a country of extremes now, extreme poverty and
the rich and the poor.
Stupendous wealth.
No, I don't agree that middle class have been wiped out.
The middle class has been wiped out, though, because the middle class will categorize as poor.
Somebody like Igbo can be classified as middle class.
Somebody like Igbo will probably classified as rich, I would say.
Igbo is a middle class guy.
Middle class man.
You can look at all those Arise TV stars and all those TV stars all those our bankers. They are middle class.
They are middle class.
Middle class is not wiped out. Yes, they are not wiped out. But the problem we have in Nigeria. Yes.
Ajale Koko, sorry. How much does a banker earn in a month? Do you know?
I don't know. Tell me.
You need to know that before you come here and tell me banker. Most of those bankers are suffering themselves. They are just living to survive. So that doesn't make middle class. What I understand as middle class.
You cannot tell me. You can't tell me in generality. You can't tell me that in generality that all bankers are poor. Majority of them are middle class.
What I'm saying?
What are you saying? Majority of the people that can hold on. How do you hold on now? In Nigeria context, the way you can define middle class are people that can eat 3 square meals a day, people that can send their children to private school, people that have cars,
can afford the basics.
They afford the basics.
How many people can afford the basics?
How many people? Are you telling me that bankers that send their children?
Most of these bankers can afford the basics.
Yeah, bankers that send their children to private school.
How many of them?
Bankers
How
are
many
middle
of them
class.
have kids in private schools?
A lot.
You don't know how much
they
they earn. How much is a bag of rice?
All the bankers have their children in private school.
How much is school fees?
Don't argue. Are you classifying bankers as poor people in Nigeria?
Some of them are poor, not all of them. Well, you can't categorize all of them to the middle class.
Okay, but I'm telling you,
honestly,
majority of bankers are middle class.
No, in Nigeria, they are poor. They are poor.
I agree with you. Then. Don't want to hear me out.
There are lots of Nigeria. They've not seen 1,000 for 6 months.
Ajanle Koko, times are changing. Those bankers are poor now.
Okay,
people are suffering.
That is what this government has given to you. But what we used to know.
We are saying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not here to tackle you. I'm not here to tackle anybody. We are just trying to make the whole sense of it.
Okay, that is what this government has given to you. But what we used to know, when you are working in the bank before, you are a middle class because you can afford the basic.
They were rich back then.
Yes.
Because
you are
of
a middle class.
Salary,
you own your car. You live comfortable life. So, but if this administration have wiped it out now, well, that's what you got because you people put them there, and you people doesn't want you already there, right? Because of one thing or the other. But you want to tell us that now we don't have middle class. Who created that?
I said I will cast my vote for him
yesterday. Hold on there.
But why are you castigating him all the time? The video you are saying it is not good. You said everything about him. Everything is wrong about you, and you are telling us that we cast your vote. What does that correlate at all?
Hold on, everyone. Let's add some.
What does that show?
Hold on, Ajanle Koko. Let's add some index to this conversation because we're not even arguing, but we're just trying to clear up what constitutes middle class. So let's use the United Kingdom as a metric and let's go through their indexes to see how they classify middle class. So it's going to be in dollars, so you can do the conversion to whatever to the Nigerian space. So the poor or near poor, there are people on $32,000 per annum or less. So that constitutes the poor or near poor. The lower middle class, that's $32,000 to $53,000 per annum. The middle class is $53,000 to $106,000 per annum. And the upper class, $106,000 to $373,000 per annum. So that is looking at a working population, and those are the data that they use to bracket those areas. So what constitutes the middle class essentially is $53,000 to $106,000. So whatever the conversion is, what's that in naira? So that's about what? 70 to 100 and something thousand to 100 and something million.
That's
you are using American standard right there, one man.
No.
That is American standard.
No, that's American standard. No, we're just using it as a
template.
It's
African to be globally now. Global standard. America better pass black man. How do you mean American standard?
No, so if we converted what are $53,000, if we use the lowest benchmark as the entry point, if we convert that to naira, $53,000, and we use that as the template to say this is the middle class, who earns that in Nigeria? Who earns the equivalent? I don't know if somebody can do the quick math to give us a naira figure, but 53,000.
You're talking about 20 to 60 million.
How much?
In between 30 and 60 million.
Okay.
We have to pick a rate.
No, the subsisting rate of the day, whichever the black market rate.
$600. $600 naira per dollar.
600 naira per dollar. So let's go with Igbo. I'd say let's say 40 million naira per annum. So that will be whoever brackets within that will be a middle class somewhat in Nigeria.
In dollars, how much did you call in dollar? 50,000? How much did you call?
50. Hold on. I said 53 to 106,000, but we're using 53 as just the lowest bar of entry. So 53,000.
That's 32 million now. 32 million naira a one man. That's like 32 million naira per annual. Not even 40 million. It's never up to 35 million. That's 32 million.
No. Hold on. It's 53 to 106. So you can't say it's not up to. But
30 million and 60 million one man.
So Ajanle Koko say $600
in Nigeria in a year.
Don't confuse people now. This man,
So if we
common
use
mathematics with that now.
Just multiply
$100,000
53.
No,
Just
he said
multiply.
the
no,
rate of the day.
let's not hold on. Let's not
The
hold
rate of
$50,000
the
is
day.
let's not
common
let's not
mathematics.
label it. Let's not label it heavily. It's 53 to 106. So let's just say 40 million naira as just a working
That's okay.
figure. So whoever is on about 40 million naira per annum in Nigeria,
That's a lot of money now. 40 million
falls
is a
within.
lot.
Yeah, but how many people fall within that bracket is the thing. If we want to know
But they
if
are
they
considered rich in Nigeria, not middle class. If you're earning 40 million in a year, you're rich.
Well, there you are. So
Yeah,
the
rich.
middle
Yeah,
So
class.
the
that's why I say it's a
standard
lot
in
of
the
middle
UK
class.
is different because the economy and the environment is different.
So if
What
you're
it will
40
cost you
million
to
and you're
rent,
rich, then that
yeah,
means
what
the
it will
middle class
cost
is
you,
wiped out. Yeah, go on.
yeah, what it will cost you to rent a one bedroom in Abuja or Lagos for a year is what you pay for a month in the UK. So the economies are different.
Trash during the week.
So if you are saying that, well, because that still adds to the narrative that the middle class has been wiped out, because that's what we were contending, that has the middle class been wiped out.
That
in
was a
Nigeria.
Jolly argument now that it has been
No,
wiped out. But many people say
I said
Yeah, I said the middle class is fast shrinking.
Adanle Koko said, no, you don't pay attention.
I think the middle class is fast shrinking, and they are non-participants in the Nigeria because they don't even decide in elections. They don't vote. I mean, they're just there to observe. That's how I see the middle class. While the poor really votes, they go out to vote, but just that the results don't turn out in their favor at the end of the day. But the rich, there's a percentage within the rich. They're the ones who control everything. They control what happens to the poor, and they don't vote either, but they control the votes.
So there's no real middle class. There's an educated class in Nigeria, which, if we go by Black League's insertion, that constitutes, if you're on 40 million, Black League will have you have us have it that you are rich, and
in Nigeria, yes. But in the UK, you're not.
No, if you have 40 million pounds in Nigeria, in UK, you're rich now. So we're going in Nigeria because we're going by that standard and trying to go globalize it, doing the conversion to Nigeria. Ayo is arguing that you have to factor in the cost of living, etc. So all factors applying. Does 40 million naira, where does that bracket you? It's certainly not poor, but does that make you middle class or rich? Because if that makes you rich, then there is no middle class, because that is the bar of entry to the middle class globally.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I believe Nigeria still have middle class. So for somebody to say we don't have middle class between poor and the rich, we still have middle class. We can say that the rate at which our middle class are wiping away is getting fast now. Yeah, we are wiping out our middle class. But to conclude that we don't have, yes, we still have. But the economic reality in Nigeria, with the cost of living and economy, the poor economy, the state of the economy,
and
that
it's
is
an
getting poorer.
import dependent economy as well. And
Yeah.
the value of the currency continues to depreciate, which then makes the purchase value depreciate also. So 40 million is really nothing. That's on the cusp of poverty. 40 million naira.
Yeah, well, our middle class are fast wiping away because the state of our economy is bad, and the government is not putting out economic policy that can hurt economic growth. Because, for example, last year, Nigerian direct funds for direct foreign investment, dropped like 30%. 30%, and which value amounted to like over 60.8 $8 billion. That's a big loss for the economy. So, but we still have, except we have a good government in place that can, put in place a good economic policy that can generate economic growth. We are going to run into deep economic problem. And the only people, the person that can do this is none of these politicians. This politician cannot do it. Somebody else can do it because they created this problem.
And who is that person? Surprise us. Who is that? Surprise us.
Shore is one of them.
I know you will laugh, one man. I know you will laugh. That's why you say surprise.
He was already leading us there.
I thought you said it's the turn of the East.
Shore will do it. If you
answer Black Lake's question.
Answer me now, Ajale Koko. Southeast.
You told us now that it's
the
turn of the East.
You told us it's the turn of the East.
Yes. We said so. But the person I like in Southeast, which I would like to take that position, is in PDP, and I don't want PDP.
Exactly.
I don't want PDP to get back to power. I don't want APC to retain power. So we have to try something new. And the person
we have to fall back to what we have, which is Showore.
Yes, we have to.
So Showore, AAC cannot find a credible candidate in the Southeast to put forward, and Showore be maybe party chairman or someone who oversees the party.
Let me tell you this. Showore is a person that does not believe in that kind of arrangement. He believes that as far as we are concerned, as people, we have the best of the best among us. So he's offering himself as one of the best. And all we just do is, all which you go for is who is the best that can turn the economy around. So he can do it. So
why doesn't he headhunt Moghalu to, and why doesn't he rally behind Moghalu?
But he has made himself available now. If he has made himself available,
that was
he's going somewhere.
Yeah. Why doesn't he rally behind
Ruger?
Oh goodness me! Why doesn't he rally behind Moghalu?
Let me tell you this, one man. Moghalu is not a reliable person that I will support because we are seeing him demonstrated it, jumping from one party to the other. It's just like one of these politicians because he created a party and you cannot stick with your party. You drop your party, you kill that party, you jump to another party, you move to maybe DMP party or another party. It shows that it's a person that lacks the capability to manage resources. He cannot manage anything. If you cannot manage an organization that you created, that tells me that Moghalu is going to be a failure. Showore stick with what he created and is still using that platform.
Does it not show that he's flexible and is looking for political alignment that rhymes with his views? Is he not looking for allies? That is why he's sampling parties.
What did you say, one man?
I'm saying, does it not show flexibility on Moghalu's part that is trying to form alliances with different parties to examine that if he can find within them or not a narrative that coheres with his worldview? Is this not what they are asking people to do, to try and work with other parties like minds and to identify like minds? But you are saying Showore sticks rigidly to his own space. Does that not show an inflexibility? And we have inflexibility already in Aso Rock. Are you suggesting that Showore is a Buhari-like in manner?
Moghalu does not show any flexibility. He showed.
You just said that he is sampling other parties to find political alliance.
No. What I told you that he abandoned the party he created. He failed. He's a failure. He showed that he's a failure right there. How can you set up an organization and you abandon that organization for another organization?
So why would you condemn him? Somebody can't condemn Showore.
He left YPP.
But the party does not belong to him as his personal property. So if it's been hijacked by other ideals and ideas, I mean, he's free to jump and leave. But I think you're saying that because Showore took him as an enemy.
No,
You cannot mention Mogalu and Showore together, and Showore will not fire at you. From what I've observed about him.
Do you think Showore is intimidated by Mogalu's intellect?
No, his growls. I tried to find out what his growls is against Mogalu.
No, I think
he
he's
said Mogalu
intimidated by
likes
his
to.
intellect. Yeah.
Yeah, and Mogalu likes to consult elders. You know, it's Obasanjo who really made Mogalu who he is. So, of course, Mogalu would always consult with Obasanjo and the likes. And that irritates Showore. Showore believes the young people can do it on their own.
No.
And to hell with anybody else.
I think Showore wants to be seen in the way Mogalu is seen, because Mogalu is effortlessly erudite, urbane, intellectual, knowledgeable, experienced, all of these things effortlessly. But Showore labors to present in that manner. So I think he sees in Mogalu what he would like to be.
Oh, come on, one man. Come on.
Why
are you saying that? Why are you saying that? Showore is a daft for what?
That's
You
my
saying
own
it's a
opinion
daft?
now.
Yeah,
no, Showore is smart as well. He's intelligent.
He's smart. Is dogged. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So, Mr. One Man, can I interject, please?
Go on. Yeah, let's hear from you.
No, just a quick question. I mean, I'm here also to learn.
Yeah, go on.
And I think it was in the last presidential election. I saw one video. Showore was seen with a Fulani herdsman. And he stopped to ask them what their concerns was and all this thing. I may have I read this wrong or whatever, but I believe that he supports Ruga. Is that true?
No. I saw that clip. He
doesn't support Ruga.
No, he does not. He came across the headsmen and he says, "Oh, these are the headsmen that we're all in fear of," and he stopped them to have a conversation. And what came out of that conversation was that these headsmen, they actually want what we all want. They want education for their children. They want a good health service for themselves. They want a steady and a stable life. I didn't read it, or I saw that clip.
I said some of these
I also saw the video.
Yeah.
And they want ranching. That guy told him they want ranching too. That if
he said they don't want to be roaming about. They want new technology.
So he wasn't supporting Ruga. So don't. But that's the information. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, all these killings of children, women, and all that is just for them. Is the outcry for them to get education? Is that basically what he's saying?
No. You have to be able to separate the criminality from a people. You'll be surprised to hear, and I hope that Black League will back me up on this, because he may well have experienced them more than I do. But it is my imagination and what I've heard anecdotally, that the vast majority of them are peace-loving people, very, very kind. One of the best sort of people you ever want to meet. But within them, there as a people, you have this extreme fundamentalist that goes to give the whole tribe a bad name. So you cannot, through the criminality of that significant amount, but yet a minority, you can't use their criminality to color the entirety of a 40, 50 million strong tribe.
Okay. So, if
for one man, the issue is that
in the streets about the killing.
It is not their nature. That's not who they are. They are conservatives by nature. Do you not know the North? Do you know Nigeria? They are conservative people. They are not protesters. The South.
The Fulanis largely, especially like I grew up in the North, and I've interacted with them at all levels. So in the North, we are not Fulanis or Hausas. We look at them as we used to look at them as peace-loving people, because that has been our experience with them before this recent phenomenon of a group within them that is armed and just terrorizing everybody. That's recent. But throughout history, actually, it will shock you, Radio Biafra, we look at Fulanis the same way we see the Igbos. Because in every village, no matter how remote, you must see those two ethnicities. Fulanis residing there and Igbos residing there. And then you see the indigenous people residing there, all peacefully. So really, we really associate Fulanis, their traits, with that of the Igbos. They have this nomadic lifestyle to where they spread their culture outside of their domain, and they have no problems residing with people that are not of the same culture, faith, or ethnicity as them. But in recent times, we've seen a change by a group within that Fulani group. Some of them get backing from the indigenous, but it's not all. There's still a vast majority of Fulanis who are against these activities, and they absolutely detest the way these people have just painted the Fulani name bad.
So how come I've never seen them
Am I right in saying, Black League, that they are conservative by nature and not the sort to take to the streets in protest like we will have the Southerners?
Yes, the Fulanis are extremely conservative.
You say they're conservative. In what sense do you believe that they are conservative? Is it because of their religion?
Well, their culture, their religion, the way they are, their worldview, that is who they are. Just like you from the East, you are quick to spark and spark very sharply.
I mean, you said the worldview, the culture. How does it portray to you as conservative? I need to get to the bottom of this.
Sorry, repeat that.
You said that the culture, the religion, the worldview makes them conservative from what you perceive. But how does that make them conservative? You've not answered that question. You just
do you know what conservative means? It means to be reserved, not to be quick to move, but to have thought, to align those thoughts and function in a particular way. They're just not people. They are not essentially fundamentally reactive people. They are not impulsive people. They are not demonstrators. They are people of learning. They're not of your Western learning, but they are people of deep learning, of deep thought. You know, they are family value people. They are family values people. You know, they are community people. They are historical people. They are religious. They are cultural. So all of these things mix, and they follow a hierarchical, patriarchal, system. So they are not Igbos and they are not Yorubas. We react differently. We react viscerally. We react frontally. We assert full on, but they don't do that. They are conservative by nature.
Well, from what I've seen, I don't think that translates
what
to
you are saying
what
is
you're...
what you are saying. You've not listened because you just don't hold on firmly to the prejudice. What you are saying is a potent militant, significant small minority, small but significant minority.
But why?
But that
Why
is
do
not
they
the
have that
totality of
significant minority that's going around
it's also
a whole village?
because it's a very complex system. You have a mixture. You see what you're saying? It's a mixture of criminality, which is the primal thing, which is then vested upon religion, which is what the cohesive thing, which is the thing that coheres them together. And then you have desperation, and then you have poverty, and then you have opportunism. So all of that mixed into what you're saying with these herdsmen. So these are extremists who hand under religion to perpetrate criminality. So they're essentially criminals,
You
but what
see,
just separates them is the commonality of their tribe. But that is not the coloration of the totality of that tribe. I'm sure you know that deep down.
But no other tribe in Nigeria does what they do in terms of this criminality or banditry or terrorism. It's only them that do it.
But that is their peculiarity. You have criminality.
So that shows you that they have...
Okay. Let's go there. How many? I can bring you countless videos from India now with a black Nigerian kneeling on the floor and surrounded by Indian security, smiling like it was a trophy, and every single one of them is Ezinwa Uchenna Emeka. Let's go do that on Google now. Do that on Google now and reach the first 10 and come and slap me if it's a lie. Ezinwa. So why is it that it is only them? So do you see? It is peculiarities, isn't it? It is peculiarities.
Well, these people you claim that are Igbos that they've not been convicted of anything.
It's on Google now. Go and Google it and come and dispute me.
Okay, fine. What I'm saying to you is that you've already convicted them.
I'm not convicting them.
You're just
no. What are you talking about?
There's crime everywhere in the world.
Oh, so now you know that.
So you understand that.
So a certain criminality is peculiar. Sorry. A certain hold on. A certain are criminalities peculiar to nationalities, ethnicities, etc.?
Yes,
Are
yes,
they? Oh, so
yes,
there
I
you are.
agree.
So it's
Oh
peculiarities.
no, come on! You can't let me let me finish my
Go
Look,
on.
you live in London. You from the UK.
Let's hear him.
Oh my
Let's
goodness me! You're
yeah.
from the UK. You know that London is a multicultural society. Yes,
right.
And there's many people. Yes, it's true. There are many people that have their own peculiar crimes. You understand? Some are more violent than others.
Who pickpockets on the underground?
It's the gypsies.
There you are. Who does not? Who does knife crimes?
The youths.
Which youths?
The black youths.
There you are.
Yes, and also hold on. Yes, but in Nigeria, the Fulanese people, the peculiarity is terrorism.
One man, don't let us
Don't laugh him now. This guy has a strong argument.
Who? He doesn't have a strong argument.
He does. He does.
He's from headquarters. It's go on.
No. You just dismiss all these things, trying to protect these people. All this criminality that
who condemns the Fulani more than me on this platform?
Hold on. This article, who some of you guys are lauding to be your president, I've never seen him come out and condemn the activities of these small
Radio Biafra,
Fulani Hearst people.
Radio Biafra. Let me tell you. It's going to be wrong for you or anybody to generalize the whole Fulani people as if they are criminal.
I never said all of them. A lot of them are terrorists.
You hold on. You are talking about Atiku now. We might not want him to be our president, but it doesn't. You don't have to, try to picture him as if he's a criminal. No, but we just don't want him. I don't want Tinubu as well, because Tinubu is my man. I mean, he's from Yoruba land. I'm a Yoruba, but I don't want him because he cannot govern us well. He's part of the people that destroyed Nigeria. So, but for you to say, don't look at them as that. The problem we have with Fulani today is caused by Buhari misgovernance, Buhari enabling policy to champion the interests of some few Fulanis above the interests of all. By pushing,
they always had that interest. Remember that Sardana.
Hold on. No, don't let us just
forget
go
the
back
talking
there.
point now.
You have to go back to Sardana.
Look, you have to abandon the talking points from the portals when you come here.
And just forget about those
because this is
Sardana.
everybody. This is not Yoruba. This is Okay, you are Igbo. I'm Yoruba. Black League from the north. I think Ejiro from the south. So this is Nigeria. So you have to listen to what people are saying. Don't forget the talking points now.
So this is this man that tried to overlord the interests of some few above the interests of the country. That is the one that caused this problem. Fulani people are not bad people. Yaradua was a Fulani. He was very open to the people of the West and across the country. In fact, the problem they had at Niger Delta, when Niger Delta Avengers guys were fighting the country, were blowing up the pipeline, he negotiated with them. As at that time, Nigerian crude oil production went down as low as 500 barrels per day, instead of 2 million barrels per day where that we supposed to be producing back then. It went down as far as low as 500 million barrels a day. But this guy negotiated with them and he brought peace to that place. And we started producing our normal production up to 2 million barrels per day. So he was a Fulani man. Why didn't he use force the way Buhari was using force, taking army to go after IPOB and killing people in Ebola? It's just Buhari man.
All right. Sorry, Radio Biafra. I do want to hear more from you, but I have to. We've gone past the 2-hour mark.
And I want you to know, Buhari does not represent all the interest of all Fulani
Johnny
people.
Coco,
A lot of
can
Fulani
I
people
answer this question?
condemn
Do you know
him.
one
No,
thing
no,
Mazin Kanu said?
don't ask a
No, no, I'm
question.
not
But
going to
you
labor
have
it. I need to
just
answer
have
this. Please, Mr. One.
hold on. Can you hold on? Don't
Okay.
ask a question, but just have a final short word because I want
Okay.
to round off. So have a final short
Okay.
word.
Can I just say that Mazin Kanu said that he would destroy Nigeria with the truth. This is why hold on, you're laughing, but hold on.
I've not said
He
anything
said
now.
that he would destroy Nigeria with the truth.
Uh-huh.
This is why the Fulani government are after him, because he has opened up what Nigeria is all about and what the Fulani Islamist government true intention is.
Right.
Under what's his name, the late whatever Fulani man, what's his name again? The one that died. Yes.
Yaradua.
Nobody was around to open up basically the kind of worms of what these people were up to at that time. But I guarantee if Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was around,
Nnamdi Kanu was born after Yaradua died.
He was alive and well when
Yaradua
was
born after
president.
Yaradua died?
Again, he was doing his best to fight for better Nigeria. Now he's seen that Nigeria cannot work. That's why he's speaking the truth. And that is why the Fulani government are after him, because he's basic. I mean, they are creeping
Yaradua was a
Islam
Fulani government.
Sorry?
Yaradua was a Fulani government.
That's what I'm saying to you. No,
what did Nnamdi Kanu do about Yaradua?
He was trying to preach one Nigeria. Maybe he thought Nigeria could be helped at the time.
How old was he then? He was in his 40s then.
Exactly. He did his best
So
see that.
So he's just reached an epiphany now.
Why not? Don't you go through a stage in your life that you're like,
forget it, man. You have to listen back to yourself sometimes. Drop the dead donkey. When the donkey is dead, stop flogging it. Drop the dead donkey. Drop the dead donkey. So I'll leave it there. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here, I say, peace.